Yo, this is your boy C. Diddy.
And I am Matt Makes Me Sick.
And we are here, man, just telling y'all we appreciate all the support on our Patreon so far. It is literally the realest Patreon ever. Y'all can subscribe right now at patreon.com/official TRPE. Make sure that you, your dog get an account, your mom get an account, get granny in a nursing home account. We need everybody to get a Patreon account so we can keep pumping out this quality content for y'all, unfiltered, raw and uncut for everybody out there in the TRPE nation.
You handled everything. There's nothing for me to say.
We out.
Let's get into the show.
The realest podcast ever. Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever.
Shit.
The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast.
I was trying not to start this shit.
Yo, man, so we laughing because off air, fucking Matt is on Facebook, which is the abyss.
Yo.
First and foremost. He's on Facebook and he's like, oh, they're doing a Roscoe P. Coldchain documentary, and I'm like, that's probably gonna be good and terrible, but guess what?
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I enjoy a bad movie more than anything. So I said, my favorite part of the documentary is going to be, if they do this, which they probably won't, when Roscoe and one of his sidekicks that apparently was 6'8" and about 400 pounds, body beats a very popular in the city party promoter, very successful in the city, and it's like, just give me the money, man. I don't want to do this to you. Body beat this nigga for 20 minutes. I ain't got no money. I know you got the money, man.
Yo.
Give it up. I ain't got it.
Roscoe P.
On the corner of 3rd and Market.
You know, shout out Rob. When Rob was heavy DJing, remember his drop, DJ R to the Izzy, smack your mama with the motherfucking kizzy?
Hey,
That's Roscoe.
P.
That was Roscoe P. Coldchain doing that.
Yo,
shit.
listen, I got Roscoe P. story. When I was probably 15 years old, I was in, I think, 9th grade, going to Central. Philly's Most Wanted shot their video for Suckers, produced by the Neptunes in Southwest on 54th and Woodland. And Pharrell came. He had a white Porsche. And it was a couple other, the Clips came, a couple other people, and Roscoe P came there with the intention to rob and potentially kidnap Pharrell, and ended up leaving with a record deal. But the reason he came, he's like, oh, the Neptune niggas up Woodland Ave, bet. And he came to rob Pharrell. And somebody was like, no, you know my man Roscoe, he rap, and introduced him to him, and he ended up rapping and getting a deal, and then he was on
Is
the
Roscoe
Clips
P.
album.
out?
Hell no.
That's what I thought.
Nigga got 10 million years in prison.
Damn.
He had a brazen murder that he got charged with.
Damn.
Yeah, he ain't got to worry about coming home no time soon. So I'm here for the documentary. Let me know if y'all got a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter for that.
No, it's done.
I was done.
It came out yesterday.
I was out.
April 4th?
No, nigga, that's today's viewing. We should watch that and review it for overtime. All right, so this is the part right here. We have to do that.
It came out yesterday.
Yeah, no, we're going to review the Roscoe P documentary for fucking Patreon. Facts. So y'all might have heard a third voice on the mic. It's not Big Dan. It's not any of our usual suspects. We got a special guest in the building today that's going to kick it with us all day. It's somebody that I've become good friends with over the past year or so. Self-proclaimed media man, 2-time award-winning podcaster. You know him, you love him. At Tom_Flies on social media.
No, y'all got the applause and shit too.
Yeah.
I gotta fire my engineer. I'm not gonna fire my engineer.
Where do you record at?
I record at Rec Philly.
Oh, Rec Philly. Okay, we were just at Rec Philly. We did just another motivational podcast.
It's a lot to get in there.
Yo, you gotta.
It's all types of swipes and credentials.
You got COVID? All right. Don't tell us if you do.
Yeah.
You come in. Yeah, it's a bunch of. Oh, y'all went to Bria and Amber?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I fuck with them. Yeah, man, Rec is they cool. They just a little too professional for me.
Yeah.
I'm from South Philly, so it's like all right, we don't got to do all this and
When's the studio open?
Yeah,
When's
like,
the studio open? When can I pull up?
Yo, the studio was closed for like. Remember I hit you and was telling you when we first was trying to get everything together. And it was like, yeah, the studio gonna be closed for about 6 months. I'm like, damn, 6 months. They're like, yeah, when we open back up, it's gonna be restrictions. No more than 2 people in the studio. I said, so that's just me. Like, what the fuck is the point of opening the studio if we can't have more than 2 people in here?
Might as well jump on Zoom.
Yeah, so it's like studio was closed for like 6 months, and they was still taking money from me every month. Every month, the studio was closed.
So you got a 6-month credit.
I better have 6 months credit. I ain't check it yet, because I've been going back and forth. But they hit me like,
it's funny you made me think about that because we're going through the whole search of like the whole situation, and it's wild how apartments was like shutting down all amenities in different apartment buildings and condos. And still charge it's people that have to pay for amenities where they live.
They charge you an amenity fee.
An amenity fee
up front.
And amenities was straight gone. Ain't no coffee. Ain't shit down here.
Like, so it's no Danishes, but I still got to pay the $400 when
no gym, no pool, no outdoor fire pits. They done took the grills, none of that shit, and still charging motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad.
So that shit is wild. But man, I appreciate y'all for having me on.
No doubt. Plug your show.
Oh, well, my show right now, Tapped In with Time Flies. I just recently launched my solo show. I went solo back in February. I'm like 9 episodes in right now.
Nice.
My next guest, which should be dropping this week, is DJ EFN, the Drink Champs.
Oh, fire!
So that should be coming out later on this week. I done had Wallow, Lil Mo, Gigi McGuire from Lip Service. Let's see, Miss Jade. Just and a bunch of other like Philly rap niggas that I've been trying to I'm trying to keep a balance like the people that's like kind of established and then the niggas that's on the up and up. Just trying to keep that balance and have people on my show. So yeah, man, that's what we doing right now. I'm trying to keep that going. Trying to bring more people on board so we can kind of expand the show. Right. But yeah, that's all we on right now,
What's up, man? It's dope. So would you say that it's like a music-centric show? Like, do you try to like specifically like kind of attack people in and around the music industry, or it's kind of like whatever?
It's kind of like whatever. It's about
good conversation.
Yeah, it's just about like if I know I can make the connection and bring like if I'm interested in you, interested to know what you got going on and want to talk to you, then you can come on. Because it's a lot of like niggas hit me and be like, yo, how much I got to charge to come on the show, and I be like. I don't like my homie like who's like kind of like oversees the business side of things. He be like, yo, you could charge niggas to come on the show, and I be like, yeah, but I don't want to talk to these niggas. Like, like it's certain, like just because niggas willing to pay $300 to come on the show don't mean I'm not gonna take the money and sit here and have a pointless conversation with you. Right. I'm not gonna be interested. Like I'm sit here and just you gonna talk about your mixtape that niggas don't know, and I just gotta pretend like I'm interested. I don't want to do it. Yeah, like I can't. I'm not doing it. So it's just about like anything, any type of creative, whatever you want, music. Literally anything. If I want to sit down with you and do it, we gonna do it. Like
I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday because she was like, "Why don't y'all try to get so and so?" And I'm just like, "No." And
that's how it be.
I call me crazy. I want to get to where like I want to interview Ellen. You know what I mean? Right. Like she has a crazy ass story. It's like shit like that. Like I don't want like the low hanging fruit, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Like fab lines. I don't want to go fab lines when it comes
to fat boy.
Oh man.
Yeah, I just had Fab on we shot part of my documentary last week.
Ain't nothing wrong with Fab's a good guy.
Yeah, that's my guy. He's
a good guy.
Listen, we for all the dudes, I do the same thing. We all talk everything. He knows. So we talk about whatever. But I just shot part of my documentary. He was on too. I'm filming that too.
Did you see the John the other day with the line he had from the Brooklyn John? They made it a whole thing.
Ride till I can't. Ride till I can't.
Yo. That shit be hilarious. And it's like whenever shit like that happen, right? Niggas hit me immediately like, oh, I'm gonna say that day. I be like, you know what?
I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Lil Nas X. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, one of the best parts of the internet is every time something social media happen, it be somebody in the comments with the fab joke.
Yo, with the meme. Yeah. Oh,
every time.
You just made me think about this. So real quick. New segment I want to start here at the show. I should have texted you about this. I want to start a segment called Niggas Too Horny, where we actually where we actually give props.
We could do 37 shows.
The 50.
That's an easy 50 catalog. That's 2 seasons in a day.
Where weekly I'm gonna discuss the horniest shit I've seen from niggas. You just made me think about it. So I got 2 this week to start off.
One is probably me.
No, you're good this week. It's actually since it's the inaugural, I got 2.
Okay.
So the other day, I'm at work. I'm talking to one of the old heads at my job, and we've all discussed old niggas and the internet just don't mix.
It's super bad.
It's like oil and water. They don't understand the internet. So I'm out on the 49. We got new buses on the 49 the other day. Normally we take not nice. No? We normally take old buses because the old buses don't have cameras. So the new buses got cameras.
I'm like, hey, I'm coming up. You're like, no, this is terrible.
So when you got the new buses, you ain't supposed to be on the bus on the phone, whatever. That's like a thing.
Yeah.
So I pull up at the end of the line, old head off the bus, like pacing back and forth. So I'm just like, what's wrong with you? He's like, I got the fucking new bus and shit, got to get off and shit, get on. He's like, this is normally my time. I'm on the phone, do what I do, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, would he be like online shopping or something like that? He's like, nah, I'll be on the Instagram. You don't be on Instagram? I'm like, I'm on. He's like, oh, you on? I'm gonna look you up. You on Instagram? I'm like, yeah.
I'm gonna look you up.
He was like, it's bitches all up and down this motherfucker. He was like, these bitches so goddamn bad on the Instagram bigs. Let me tell you, he's like, look at this bitch right here. You see this bitch right here? She's so bad, I'm about to message her directly. You ever do that? I'm like, no, I never pulled the.
I'm not familiar with this.
I never pulled the message directly out. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, that little bitch know you mean business. He was like, you comment on a picture, that's one thing, but you message her directly, it's like, where you at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to see what's up.
Exactly.
So he's like, I'm about to message her right goddamn now. So he sent a message. We sitting there talking. He's like, oh, she done hit me back already, big. Hold on, let me see. She say she in South Carolina. Am I near Western Union? Fuck, I need to be near Western Union. I was just like, well, she about to run you rampant over. That was my first one. Now, the second one is what you made me think about it, because we was talking about the Roscoe P. Coldchain documentary. It came out yesterday, April 4th. My sister's birthday. So shout out Amber Jennifer, my sister's birthday. It was Black's birthday yesterday. Shout out Black, Corey.
I talked to Corey this morning.
Friend of the show, One Fam Radio. That's family. It was his birthday, too. Black is the reason it made me think about this shit. So I always say I'm only following 37 people on Twitter, and I need to take it down some more. And Black
take it down to 29.
Black is gonna be next to go sooner or later, because he's like the new Deuce, like in the nonsense all the time.
Yeah.
And Deuce is like a changed man, apparently. He's like not even on fucking social media.
When you lose your girl because of social media, it'll normally.
I had to hit that nigga up like, yo, you good, bro? You going through some shit? He like, nah, I just been out the way, bro. I'm like, they ain't seen you in a minute. I'm just making sure you good, bro.
Yeah, Black is taking his spot. So Black's in the middle of every fucking thing. So I saw the tweet the other day that was so ridiculously disturbing that I was like, that needs to be talked about in the public eye. So Black had quoted the tweet. You quoted. Yeah. I can't tell you who tweeted it because I don't follow him. But Black quoted the tweet. The tweet was so disturbing. Like I said, I was just like, niggas really be too horny. The tweet said, all horniness aside, Philly needs more glory holes. And Black was like, yeah, that's way too horny to just say outside. And I was like, what?
How do you take the horniness out of that? How do you extract the horny from a glory hole?
I'm like, how? You've been to all of them to know that really we need more of these jokes.
Yo.
I'm just like, that was the horniest shit I've seen this week by far and away.
I gotta start paying. I see a million of those tweets every day, literally every day, where it's a million niggas just way too horny. Way too horny. I gotta start documenting that shit and start sending them up video. Yeah, because that shit is wild.
That's gonna be the thing going forward. Like, niggas too horny. That's definitely gonna be a real life segment on this fucking show.
So before we get into the nonsense, today's show is sponsored by 2 Amour Clothing. That's TOUTAMOUR Clothing. You can find their merchandise at 2amourclothing.com. 2 Amour is a unisex clothing line. All products are true to size for men. Women are recommended to order products a size smaller unless otherwise stated in the description. Right now they have a spring collection sales, 25% off all orders of over $40. Also enjoy free shipping on every single order during your spring seasonal sale. Use code SPRING at checkout. This is some of the merchandise right here. These are some of their new embroidered sweatshirts and everything like that. So shout out to Moon, the owner of 2 or More Clothing, for sending us that care package and advertising with the show. Again, that's 2 or More Clothing, TOUTAMOUR Clothing, and the website is 2ormoreclothing.com. So what do y'all want to start with today? It's a lot going on in the news, in the media. There was so much stuff going on, I forgot stuff.
Did either of y'all see Versuz last night?
I didn't even bother. I saw all the horniness from the women on
women was
media
too horny
about Ryan Osley.
Yeah.
That's all I saw. That was a consistent theme.
Apparently, all you need is a gray beard.
That's
really all you need.
I didn't even know that was him when I saw
I said, I tapped in and I was like,
he looked like he worked for the sanitation department. He looked like the little angry nigga that don't stand your trash cans
he
back
looked
up.
like that old head that do the modeling shit that be going viral, that be wearing them hats.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
To be wearing
It's
a
an
hat.
old head that's like in shape. He got to be about 64. He be wearing them hats. He be wearing them Jaheim hats. Them just in case I don't make it home tonight.
Yeah.
I clicked on this shit and was looking the whole time like, yo, where the fuck is Ryan Osley at? Like, I literally was watching the whole time like, where the fuck is he at? And he was like, nah, that's him right there with the beard. I'm like, this nigga right here?
Yeah, the lace front. Yeah.
Never knew that was him.
The lace beard.
Yeah,
The lace silver beard.
That was definitely a lace beard. Ryan Osley was wilding last
Yeah,
night.
he matched his beard with his mink and sent the TL in the uproar.
Yeah, Steve Harvey showed up looking like Darkwing Duck. He had on the pink shark's fin too.
The greatest journal was ever a nigga got one of them suits on because somebody was like, he looks like a villain in a Batman.
Yeah, they say like he about to ruin Batman.
And then somebody called him the Niggler. It's like it never fails, yo. When I see Niggler, that shit is hilarious. I burst out laughing last night.
The other John, somebody said Steve Harvey whole brand is, man, these kids today.
Did you see Godfrey imitating him?
Yes.
Dog, Godfrey nailed that shit.
What your ass say?
I'm from Cleveland.
With Spice Adams and Affion Crockett.
Yeah. The one thing that I took away from the whole Versuz, and you know I hate Versuz. We talked about
I do
this.
too. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen,
I've grown to hate it.
Me, I was a pioneer. I was about to say, turn it up a little bit. I was a pioneer. I hated Versuz. Honestly, after like T-Pain and Lil Jon, when it went away from being an actual Versuz, that's what made the energy. Like, you don't want to see Michael Jordan and the Bulls take on Karl Malone and the Jazz, and it's like friendly.
Yeah,
like
right.
This shit is it's supposed to be competition, and it's like it got away from that to where now it's just like a celebration of each other's music.
Yeah, I hate that. They had me at when it was Sean Garrett and Dream.
I was about to say
they sold me. I was in
Sean Garrett and Dream was the best
is gonna
shit
be like
ever.
this.
They was cutting
Count me
wrestling
in.
promos.
Yeah.
Green on the lawn.
Pulling out little creams.
This nigga was calling Khalees all types of bitch. I'm like, oh yeah, count me in. If everyone's gonna be like this, yeah, count me in.
Dog. Sean Garrett said, JD, nigga, Atlanta, you bitch ass. Like, that shit was great.
He's like, do you know what this is?
Yo.
It's Nas, bitch. I said, oh yeah.
And Dream on that, whoa. Like, that shit was fantastic. And they got away from that now. And it's weird because even last night, Ron Isley started going into the songs that he did with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And people were like,
oh no.
yeah, frustrated. And Ron Isley like, man, listen,
Man.
I made a lot of money off this contagious shit. Y'all got me chopped. And Ron was saying that like having to throw away the art because the artist is a maniac or it's nuts to me.
Listen, man, Kevin Spacey was taking all type of young boy booty. I'm not throwing away what's that Netflix show?
Cards.
House of Cards.
House of Cards.
I'm not throwing. And y'all ruined the last season of House of Cards. Dave Chappelle talked about this. Y'all ruined the last season of House of Cards because y'all wanted to out this nigga. All y'all had to do was wait 12 more months, and I could have got a fucking resolution to that shit.
Yeah, I can understand the vigor for Kells because Kells is a maniac, but it's just like when it comes down to like somebody like Ron Isley, it's like, yo, what do he got to do with my music?
Right, collateral damage.
Exactly.
Like, am I not supposed to? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be Mr. Biggs no more because yeah, and
the cancel culture shit just be going too far.
It be going too fucking far.
You know what I stumbled upon yesterday? Jeremy Piven. I didn't even know this shit happened. Jeremy Piven got Me Too'd. When all that initial shit came out, and it was a lie. Like, he got straight Me Too'd thrown in the dumpster. They was like, oh, he's friends with Harvey Weinstein and da-da-da-da-da, and just threw his whole career away. He did an interview with Flagrant 2 with Andrew Scholl's other podcast a year ago. Basically,
Jeremy Piven was
telling
like
his
the
story.
hottest not young, but like the hottest on the move actor for like that little 06 to 2011 stretch where he was Ari on the joint. Then he was like, he had a cameo in like every fucking movie. Think about it, that nigga was in Heat.
Yeah.
Like Jeremy Piven really came
Jeremy
from...
Piven did 40 movies.
Dog.
He said, I did 40 movies. I was producing television. I was acting on television. And he's one of the only people in television history that went from a supporting role to being the star of a show. They flipped, after season 2, they flipped the shit and made the show about
him.
Ari.
Yeah.
Oh, the nigga that played Vince is terrible. We gonna make the
Vince
show.
has no chops.
He has no nothing.
Yeah.
The show is about Ari Gold.
Yeah,
this
crazy.
is the meat and potato, and he just got thrown in the trash with that whole shit. So he was basically telling his story and basically like, yo, there's no redemption for like somebody that this happens to. And there was a situation where another actor, I wish I could remember his name, but he sued the Star Telegraph and won because they reported some Me Too shit on him. And he sued them and won, and they had to pay him all the money that he lost as a result of being grouped in the Me Too shit. And there was no media coverage on it because that's the dark side of that whole shit, where it's like we just throwing any and everybody into the joint. And he was basically saying like after a while the public tapped out of the Me Too shit. Like who else y'all going? Like what the fuck? Like so everybody's a fucking predator? Like there can't be validity to every single story y'all have. And he said this was the best John. He said that one of the girls that came out against Weinstein was like in a private conversation.
Jeffrey Rush.
One of the chicks that came out against Weinstein was like, I'm upset because I came out and like I thought I was gonna end up being one of the hosts on The View and blah blah blah. I would have never even said nothing.
Yeah, like come on now.
That's the like it's literally like a vindictive thing where it's like, well, yeah, I mean, you know, I sucked the nigga dick at 4 a.m, but I don't feel good about it now because I thought I was gonna be on The View. So this nigga's a predator. What? Like that was literally going on. Like that shit is crazy.
Yeah, that cancel culture shit is astounding. That shit is like you will literally get canceled for nigga. It could be you know the new rappers. They come out, they say whatever the fuck they want. Like it'd be a nigga 15 go in there and tweet some shit like Rosa Parks should have sat in the front, and it's like, oh, cancel this nigga, get this nigga out of here. It's like, bro, I was 15 when I said,
right,
bro. That shit is like, I get it for some people, but it's like, damn, everybody don't need to get canceled, bro.
Exactly.
Everybody. No, I'm not rolling.
Like we've lost the whole thing of like certain shit being like a teachable moment. Like,
exactly.
You're not allowed to fall forward and like make a mistake and like learn from your mistakes no more in the public eye. It's like, oh, you a star, you do this, you an actor, you a producer, da da da. You should get media trained. You should know better. You should da 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 da. And it's like, yo, human error is added into every equation for a reason.
Exactly.
Even a Harvard study ain't 100% accurate because of fucking human error. And it's like, yo, people are literally not allowed to make mistakes no more, or they will get you the fuck out of here, or at least attempt to.
Yeah, I woke up this morning, I saw R. Kelly was actually trending
because
on Twitter
of the
because of the Versuz and shit. Yeah. And just watching the some of the tweets I saw were actually somebody was like, y'all expected Ron Isley to not play his songs with Kells. Like Mr. Biggs didn't beat the dog shit out of Kells for touching his young bitch. I was like, yeah, real talk.
Exactly.
Like, so it's just it's one of them things where like Kells did so much musically, that it's just like, yo, when you have these situations, like, how the fuck is you?
You would have to delete a whole 20 years of music.
How?
Celine Dion, his shit, the Isleys, who else did he do a bunch
Dog, Kells wrote King of the Dance Hall for Beanie Man. That nigga wrote a reggae smash. Like, crazy, right?
That shit is, it's like, but shit, even when during the T-Pain and Lil Jon one, and Pain was like,
I'm playing it.
Listen, y'all niggas gonna hate me, but listen, I'm playing this record.
He played the John with I'm a Flirt. Yeah,
I'm playing this record. And niggas in the comments like, oh man, I don't know. He like, man, listen, I don't give a fuck. I'm playing this record, yo.
Yeah, because of the group think shit. And it's like, as a group, people have decided that R. Kelly is canceled. Cool, I get that. But the art is the fucking art, man. And it's like, a lot of people along the lines did a lot of horrible shit. Like, we got to take everything on a case-by-case basis. And it's like, he made the music that he fucking made. Like, it is, we love the music. Don't love him. Love the music.
Exactly.
Mike Tyson went to jail for a rape. Like, he was in prison, world champ
And that,
for
he
rape.
just had a show on Broadway.
Tyson got out and was like, I'm fighting this delivery man. If you paid for that pay-per-view, real shit. And that be my whole joint. Like, if we gonna cancel one, you kind of got to cancel everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of got to cancel Pac, Biggie,
and
Hov.
Tyson went to jail when rape was rape.
Yeah.
Like, you, like, no, nigga, you did that shit. Like, people came to court and said that you did that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Tupac,
thing
same
is, like,
thing,
if
went
you-
to jail
if-
when rape was rape.
Tupac went to jail for sodomy. Something went in somebody's butt, man.
Yeah.
Like, real shit. It's like, if you gonna cancel one, you gotta cancel all. That's why I like Dave Chappelle so much with like the fuck you to the cancel culture.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you can't do this.
Like,
Like,
y'all already, the industry already tried to finish him as it was. So it's like, I'm on borrowed time anyway. Like, but he went and cultivated his audience and fucking built that shit back up to the point where now he $100 million talent because he went to the people. Like, the people decided, like, that was Dave Chappelle would never do crack. That was some bullshit. Like, we want to see him. And then he did this fucking small shows. He was doing fucking like Punchline and shit like that. 300 cap venue.
yeah.
He worked that shit. And then he did Radio City Music Hall. He did fucking 30 days and like 45 shows or some crazy shit like that and built his shit back up to the point where it's like, all right, now I got the momentum to go at whatever these companies is and put my shit back on the forefront. But he did the grunt work.
One thing I want to talk about, because since we in that pocket, the Kevin Durant shit that's going on
man.
right now. Because that's another one where it's like, we've become so obsessed with this 24-hour news cycle, this social media, this to where they just dig and dwell into who you are and what you got going on. A private text conversation got leaked. He got fined $50,000 for the and I'm like, how?
And the whole thing is, apparently, I didn't even know this. KD told Stephen A. Smith, like, me and Rap go back and forth like that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, he got my number, I got his. Like, we talk frequently like that because sometimes he be getting out of pocket. So it's like, why in this instance you decided, like, oh, I'm going to the media? Like, he went full Karen in the situation, like, oh, this is too far. You threatened me. And this is like, huh?
Yeah.
You like 6'5", 240. Like,
And
what are you
then-
talking about?
and then-
If I did threaten you, if I did smack the shit out of you, fight back.
Exactly.
Or watch your motherfucking mouth. How about that? But that's never an option for these people. People think they have free license to say whatever they want, which you do. But what happens next is a whole different fucking story, and they never considered it.
Exactly. I always say, you're the athlete, you're a professional athlete, you're supposed to be able to handle that differently or expect that from people. It's like, bro, at some point, certain people is like, I get it. Like, you're a regular fan on Twitter or some shit. Like, I understand. But it's like certain niggas is like, nah, we not. Like, I see you. Like,
All right,
I see you.
We got a relationship. Why are you doing this?
Like, no, we not doing that. That shit is wild. And then what was the rap whole point going there and apologizing though? Like,
yeah, and my thing is
I
like,
understand.
it's just where we at in society to where it's like, one, how are people making this a thing? Two, well, how the fuck are you getting fined? Like, me and you have a private conversation and that it's like, this isn't nothing I put on a public forum or something where I'm addressing a group of, I'm talking with this motherfucker going back. So I don't know, but that's again, that goes into the whole, oh, well, we don't want to offend nobody, and hey, Kevin Durant got to come out now and do, oh, I'm upset at the language that people see me using, and it's just like, dog, like, what the fuck? Like, even with like Kevin Hart with the Oscars, like Kevin Hart was like, all right, I apologize. I'm not going to keep apologizing about this shit. Like, y'all drive me up the fucking wall, and it's like this shit from 10 years ago.
exactly.
It's like, I apologized 5 years ago.
Yeah.
For it. No, you won't apologize again.
But that's
motherfucker.
really the way it go now. It's like you got to continuously just, people can say anything to you, but on the flip side, you can't react to it because it's kind of like that in my job. Like, you react to it, you're the wrong one. Whereas like, motherfucker just come on the bus, say any old thing to you, and you just got to like,
Gotta swallow it.
Yeah.
like, whatever, man. Think about that. Think about how crazy
that's
this
wild.
is, right? Think about how crazy this is as a bus driver. If a motherfucker get on the bus and attack me, like jump on me, I'm within rights to fighting back to get him to stop, but I can't become the aggressor.
Right.
But a police officer, you know where this is going.
I know where it's going.
Oh yeah.
You ain't even gotta touch me. I
threatened.
could
Fear for
feel
my life.
threatened
Yeah.
and blow your fucking head off.
Motherfucker blinked his eyelashes 4 times in a
Yeah.
row.
Mm-hmm.
That's some gang shit in Colombia.
Yeah.
I studied it. Killed this nigga.
And lay you the fuck out.
Yeah.
17 shots fired.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yep.
That's
Nuts.
yeah. America.
Motherfuckers can just say anything to you when and you at work. So like, remember the white girl called LeBron a pussy ass bitch?
Yeah.
Remember that? And it's just like, whatever. But if LeBron hold off and called her a pussy ass bitch,
Right. 100,000.
would you imagine? No ESPYs, no
And
nothing.
you on CNN for the next 2 months.
Dog.
For sure. They're going to be having all types of round table conversations. This is a LeBron round table 17.
You just made me think about it. I watched CNN yesterday for like 20, 25 minutes. I was like, this shit stinks.
Yo,
Like with Trump not in office,
I swear to God,
CNN
yo.
stinks. I was like, what is happening on this joint right now, yo? Like,
Yeah, they gotta let him back on Twitter. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I want to see him at least on
They
Twitter.
gotta let him back on Twitter.
At least on Twitter.
They got to.
Maybe not the presidency. Whatever. We get that.
It's like, all right, you gotta fuck that up.
Yeah, you fucked that all the way
You
up.
kind of fucked that. That was kind of like a once in a lifetime job. You kind of did everything wrong,
Yeah.
except Pua. Like everything
Yeah.
else is fucked up. Oh, somebody hit me on the Patreon and was like, said that we need to talk about the fact that Pua spun the block for a third time.
Did it?
Yes, 29 more weeks of Pua.
Oh, it's lit.
American Recovery Act. 29 more
They
weeks.
keep renaming it.
They just keep changing the name.
It's like Booker T. Yo, they just keep changing the name of it.
It's Stunning Steve Austin. Then it's
Yeah.
the Ringmaster. Then it's
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's the same shit.
Fucking Kevin Nash was Diesel. That shit is nuts.
Give niggas to like August. They gonna be back.
Yo.
29 more weeks,
Pop.
man. I said, wait, how many weeks is in a year? How many weeks is in a year? 52? Niggas got
Yo.
29 more?
29 more weeks. That's crazy.
It's whatever. Like, fuck it. Because I think the last Trump joint extended it for 10 more weeks. So then you got 29 on top of that. Because the original joint was 39 weeks when they first did it. So it matched up. So that was why they did 29 additional weeks. So yeah, up until about September, October.
Oh yeah, niggas about
It's
to be.
lit again.
I'm staying in the crib.
78 weeks of pool. That shit is crazy.
I'm staying in the crib.
Unprecedented amounts of money. And you only had to apply one time. Everything else was on auto renew. Like,
Coming outside is honestly the stupidest shit
Oh,
you could
man.
possibly
Yo.
do. Like,
it's so much nonsense going on in Philly just on the whole, like party promoters getting
this
beat
shit
up.
with what's the name getting ran over is
Yo.
on World Star.
That I look right. This is my thing, right? I hate to be that guy, but it's like let's say roles was reversed, right?
Listen, I swear to God, I
Right.
said this last night. If that was a man in that car running a lady over
Yeah.
and a nigga filming it laughing, we'd all be jobless.
Yeah.
All that
They
shit.
would come
Everything.
get everybody that laughed.
Everything.
They would come
Everybody.
vote everybody.
Everything. Niggas would be in City Hall right now. Niggas is marching. It's like, bro.
Like, damn, you here too?
I watched it. I'm like, all right. So I'm waiting to see what part is like the funny. I see all the women just sharing it. Like, yo, this is crazy. Mood all summer. I'm just like, okay, what part is the funny part? Like,
Didn't I say it to
like,
y'all? I'm like, when does this become? I'm like, this shit ain't fun. He got ran over. This is not.
But here's the thing, right? This is the funny part.
You know how easily an artery could have got clipped in that leg?
Yo,
Extremely-
I thought his legs were done. Like, I thought they were done.
When he got up, I'm like, damn, he got the fucking the noodle legs, like fucking Rick James.
Hey, yo,
Like, he
posted
could-
it to Rick James, Joe. That's why I'm just like, yo, this is ridiculous.
He couldn't
yo.
believe he was still walking.
So here was the funny part. It's only funny because it's him. Because I know him and I know how ridiculous of a nigga he is. That's why it's funny. And the fact that she's turning the car around to run this nigga over and he just standing there like, so what's next? That is the funny part.
It was the fact that he got up though. Like he got up, it was like had to catch his breath. Like nigga walked to the corner, and was like,
Like he's lucky he got ran over by a bum ass Dodge Avenger and not like a Challenger. Like
Yeah.
if he gets ran over by a Challenger, it's over.
Or
That,
a
that shit is
Windstar.
like
Yeah.
4,500 pounds. It's over. You're
Yeah.
done. So the nigga goes on live afterwards and is like, bitch, I went to the hospital. I'm good. We outside.
yo,
So once you okay, I don't care if a missile hits you. Once you okay, it's funny now. You cool.
Philly is a bizarre
yo,
town.
Philly is a
Y'all,
wild
all of
ass
y'all,
place.
the fucking bizarre, man.
That nigga went live and said, bitch, I ain't hurt. We outside tonight. ESCG and Buck.
That shit ain't funny, man.
Yo,
Alright.
that shit was wild. I just was watching like, yo, listen, I'm just saying, like, if roles was reversed, that nigga would have been in jail, in prison. Like, then his account would have been suspended. Like, this shit is wild, bro.
Philly, what happened at the jail?
Oh, listen. So we talked about a couple weeks ago where it was an incident where the guy got killed on the
property.
on the property at CFCF. So
Did they ever catch who did that?
Huh?
Did they ever catch who did that?
No. So now
That's Philly for you.
there's a new.
If I get killed coming out the jail, it's like y'all could have just left me myself. Like,
literally
shit,
better off. I'm better off booked.
y'all was in an hour. I was chilling.
Yo,
So now there was another incident. So basically, I was basically trying to say, like, what the fuck is going on at CFCF? There's an incident now where an inmate in custody died because he was beaten and sexually assaulted by his cellie. And he died. This motherfucker had bite marks, fucking contusions on his neck, all kind of crazy shit. And basically his, like, not to be smart, but like his ass blown out, like from getting raped by his cellie. The person that did it had a complaint against him about him trying to make sexual advances at another cellie. So they moved him into the cell with this guy.
Wait, you say the guy who did it?
The guy who did it. They already, so basically it's like, you in a cell with Taylor. You make sexual advances at Taylor. He go to the CO. They get you moved out of that cell. Then you move into my cell, sexually assault me and kill me, and as opposed to them putting you in solitary or whatever the fuck when the complaint was made against you by Taylor.
And Taylor like, whoo.
Right, I dodged the bullet.
Yeah.
Motherfucker gonna kill me.
Yeah.
So now you got two incidents back to back in the last 2 weeks where it's like you get somebody released, killed on prison grounds, then you get an inmate sexually assaulted and murdered by a fucking cellie at CFCF, and they said that everybody on the tier was yelling for the COs to come and just nobody came.
Damn.
So now they gotta launch a whole investigation behind this shit, and then to make it even more crazier, my man from New York said this is like one of his old roommates from like 10 years ago that the shit happened to. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Damn. Jail is not it.
It's not it.
It's not.
It's not it. Please stop glorifying jail. It is not the lick at all. And this is just at a county jail. This is not even like prison.
I had an older nigga tell me you'd rather do state time than county time.
Oh yeah. Them young niggas is wild in the county. Young niggas.
He's like,
and
state
old
is
niggas.
just way more relaxed. Motherfuckers is locked in. Like,
Motherfuckers know they time. You can bid. Like, you got a routine. Once you up there 2, 3, 4 months, it's like it's just jail. It just becomes your life. They talked about that shit on Opie and Anthony one episode. They were saying like, they was like, we don't think people are necessarily rotting in jail. Like, it was like, it just after a while it becomes your life. Like, you know how much time you got. You know what you gotta fucking do. And then if you in the feds, it's even sweeter because you can do shit to get time knocked off. You can go back in front of the judge 8 motherfucking times. Depending upon the severity of your case and your charges. Motherfuckers going, the boy Matt Cox, he did one of the biggest real estate frauds in the history of the United States. This motherfucker gave 19 years, went back in front of the judge like 7 times, gave back 8 years, came home in 11 years. Because laws change, updates, this, and this. So it's like, you probably would rather not be there, but the concept of like rotting in jail is like kind of like bullshit.
Yeah. I be seeing niggas shit online all the time. Niggas be in there, niggas be fucking with dogs and all types
niggas
of
in there making
horses.
Kiki, do you love me challenges, all type of shit.
I seen this shit the other day. With the nigga got a pit in
the cell, like.
I'm like, how?
Emotional support dog.
I'm like, yo, jail cannot be that bad. It can't be that bad. Like,
niggas is having a good old time.
MySpace was popping when I was
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, has niggas grown past that mindset though, where it's like jail is like a cool thing though? Like, should Philly niggas move past that mindset?
I don't think, on the whole, I don't think so, because it's like some niggas like say like a nigga straight up said like, yo, I don't go to jail, I go home. Like it ain't like I grew up in jail, I'm used to that shit. Like
that's I can always tell like you enjoy that shit. A nigga come up, the first thing a nigga say when he get in the argument was like, ask about me up. See,
I go back.
Where I was doing up, it's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, this nigga's a regular. this nigga's a regular. He likes this shit. Like I don't know. It's 2021. I thought we'd have been past that mindset by now, but I mean, Philly niggas is just gonna be Philly niggas. Like all they like. I don't know if y'all be on Reddit, but Reddit's like.
Oh, Reddit is the sub underground.
Yo,
it's like the regular ground, the underground where the Ninja Turtles live, and then Reddit.
Reddit
like
is
underneath that.
Reddit is a wild.
You gotta hit sub 4 to get to the fucking Reddit.
That shit is. They be on there like that shit is like really like worse than Facebook. Like literally. It's getting worse than Facebook. Yo.
That's informative.
No, it be on like niggas be on there like niggas be on there beefing with they be on there having regular conversations with each other, like asking about, like I said the other day, people be on there, they be posting themselves, like niggas be on like, you know him, what's his name, is he a stepper, do we shoot niggas, is he a killer, and they be like, bro, Jamal, we know it's you, Jamal, like we know it's you, bro. Like he be on there like, I heard, yo, nigga get on there like, yo, I heard he shot 7 niggas last night with the steak 48 with 2 bitches, had his gun on the table,
See his own picture.
bro. and it be a selfie. Like, bro, we know it's you, bro. Like, we know
How you
it's
get
you.
this? How you got this photo?
Like, we know it's you, bro.
It's like you asking questions. Let me ask you something. How you got this photo?
Yeah.
Like that's what Reddit is became. When I first got on it was informative at first. Like niggas going there like ask about like how hood start beefing or how this person happened, how that, and it's like then it became like. No, yo, I went on one day. I went on there for a week straight, right? And it was this one nigga kept posting the same thing, like some such and such from this projects, man. All they do is step on shit. All they do is shoot at niggas, and then some point niggas like, yo, bro, we blocking you at this point, bro. Like we know this is you, bro. Like you the only person on here, like, cause you can go check like niggas
repping this
yeah,
nigga.
you can go check like niggas comment history. Like you go on their page and they tell you what they commented on, and it's like he comment like his @ name and all. It's like, bro, we know it's you, bro. Like. Give it up. We know it's you, bro. Like Reddit is becoming crazy, bro.
Yo,
That shit
Philly
is
is
hilarious,
sick,
bro. That shit is hilarious, bro.
Philly is a strange town.
The only thing close to Philly, and I said it last week, is Baltimore. It's like the only like it's Baltimore is the same shit, but it's more crabs. Like that's the only difference between Philly and Baltimore. It's the same.
Oh, you mean like actual crap?
Yeah, like they got access to more crabs than us. That's the only difference between Philly and Baltimore. It's the same shit, man.
Philly is I don't think that jail shit applies to just Philly though. I think that shit is like universal.
Yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say
culture.
that.
Yo, are y'all familiar with what the fuck is going on in Jacksonville, Duval County right now? With these rappers? All right, so it's 2 crews, ATK and KTA.
You know I don't know what
ATK is aim to kill. It gets better. And KTA is kill them all. And apparently, these motherfuckers are embroiled in a beef that has killed like 40-something people over the last 4 or 5 years. Kids has gotten killed, niggas' baby moms and got wig shots, like all types of shit. And it's a rap beef. And now the ATK niggas got a song that just went viral that did like 10 million views in a week talking about all the niggas they killed from the other side.
Not to go off subject, but in the subject. Tell me, did you see the boy who did the 50 Dead Ops? The song where he's rapping about 50 Dead Ops? Yeah. Did you see the white lawyer explaining the song?
No.
Oh my God. It's playing in like every 10 seconds because he's like basically like explaining it for like people who don't understand what the fuck is going on. So the boy like some. He was my op, but then he got popped in his top. He's like, so the op is the opposition, and he got shot in the head. And he's like doing that every 30 seconds. I'm just like, what the fuck, man?
That's gonna be us with Roscoe P documentary every 10 seconds.
So you said the name of these crews are
ATK and KTA.
Aim to kill
and kill them all.
And kill them all.
Yes.
That's a wild crew to join.
These niggas are killing each other like
because you know what you get into when you link, like when you submit your application. It's like,
what we doing? So on Tuesday we aim to kill, and
that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much every day is like Tuesday. So.
Hey, I've killed 6 people today, boss. At what point can I aim to go in the house?
You know what? So we had a conversation about that. I was saying like these like the new rap niggas is like too tough for me, bro.
Too real.
It's like I was listening to I think it was like I explained to them when he was talking. He was like niggas was like, yo, yeah, we pulled up on the block, shot at y'all niggas ran. And I'm like, what, I was supposed to like stay in there and like and get shot? Like I'm lost. And it was like, yo, at what point like these like new rap niggas, like what the rules have got to change. Like nigga was like, I killed the nigga. You killed one nigga, that'll make you a killer, bro. It's like, so how many people do I have to kill, right, to technically make me a killer? Like how many do I have to kill?
And who gotta validate my killer? Right.
And who validates this?
At the end of the 7th murder when I get my card? Who do I gotta go talk to?
How long is my registration valid?
Exactly.
As a killer?
Like before I gotta go back and
kill
do this
again.
shit.
Yeah. Like
I'm listening. I'm like, yo, these new rap niggas, these niggas is too, like, this shit is too real. It's like, yeah, we pulled up on the block, we shot at y'all 87 times, and y'all niggas ain't shoot back.
Yeah, like, it was a time where, like, not long ago, where, like, the rappers weren't, like, you had to protect the artists. Like, they weren't the shooters.
No.
It was the dirty niggas in the background.
Exactly.
Now, the rappers are the shooters.
They're the dirty niggas.
They're the dirty niggas.
No background.
Yes, man. The one nigga from ATK, the main one, Yungeen Ace, man. This nigga, like, his content is incredibly indictful. Like I've never heard no shit like this before. Like, all he rap about is shooting the ops, dog. They sent a hit on a 16-year-old nigga, and they shot 45 times in an apartment complex. Then somebody sent a hit back against the people that did it, and it was like a father and son, and then like it was 4 people in the car leaving the club. It was the dad, the son, and like the 2 nephews or whatever the fuck.
That's
two
wild
people,
right
2
there.
people in the car got killed. The father and the son survived. They went and killed like 7 people as a result of that. Like, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is, now the dad is ratting. Like, it's the craziest shit ever, yo.
That shit is nuts,
Yo.
man. Like that right there though is like,
And this isn't a small town. This is
When-
in Jacksonville, Florida.
when me and my dad link up, we go to Perkins. You know what I'm saying? Like, we a normal father and son.
These niggas linking up doing hits.
Yeah.
Go chase the fucking ops.
Real shit. Like, if my pop hit me like, yo, we got to smoke some ops today, son, I'd be like, I don't know the fuck he on.
Like, who is this?
Like, real shit. That wouldn't even make sense.
Who's this and what you do with my dad?
Right. So it's like the fact that that's even like a thing, show you where like the mind is and the lifestyle. And it's just
crazy.
it's crazy because we were having this conversation the other day where it's like kids don't be, you know, we were all kids.
Yeah.
You kind of, you learn what you learn as you go through life. Whether it be from your parents or from your other friends or whatever, that's what they say, the influences and shit like that. So they were talking about the kids riding the bikes in the street the other day and how annoying they be. And I'm like, me personally, yo, I actually like seeing that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at
when
that.
the kids
I'm
be
not mad at
deep as
that.
shit on the big grippers or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
them bikes is called. Cause that's the shit we used to do back.
Yeah.
We used to ride bikes to Sharon Hill. We would ride bikes to fucking Myers Recreation. Now, granted, we were getting a little fights and a little bullshit, but it wasn't like no dangerous,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. But when I see kids doing that, it's like, it's cool. It's like they riding bikes. Y'all
Right.
made it to where people ride bikes in the fucking street all weird. So it's like,
The whole city is realigned around people riding bikes.
I ride my bike on the sidewalk. People think I'm crazy, and they be like, "No, nigga, dog." I be like, "Yo, I grew up in the '80s. My mom would straight tell you, I catch you in the street, you coming in the house." So it's just, that shit's still on me. I be on the sidewalk flying. Motherfuckers be mad as shit. Like it's a bike lane. I be like, "Fuck that lane. I ain't going out there." Mom gonna fuck me up if she see me in the street. I ain't going out there. But it's like y'all made it to where motherfuckers ride their bikes in the street. So when I see kids doing it, it don't bother me. It's like, yo, they being kids. My thing is like when I see a 9-year-old and his mom telling me a dickhead, that's the joint when it's just like, he's gonna be worse in a couple years than a young boy riding that bike, man.
Exactly.
People don't realize the effects that you have on these kids, like talking to them any old way, cursing at them. I'm telling you, you know, I drive the bus. I see it. Like, you see people with kids and you be like, all right, man. Like, it was this one lady, I'll never get this shit. She was cursing her son and her daughter out so bad to where I almost, you know, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Normally what happens.
Right.
But I did
Almost stepped in.
I almost like, because it's just like, yo, sis, like, I get it. Your life miserable. And that's really all it be.
Yeah.
It's like you hate your life, you know, you done falling all the way off, you know.
You look at the kid, you see his father, all that old shit.
And she was just talking so greasy to the, like, you almost like there was the ops.
Yeah.
That's the way she was talking. And it was like, yo, that's your son. The
Yeah.
fuck? So you know what he gonna act like when he go out into the world? He not about to see people and be like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you creating a monster.
He gonna come with that same exact energy, if not worse, because he is a male and he got testosterone.
Yeah, that kind of explained what happened to my brother. Like a couple weeks ago, I was on the phone with my dad actually. Like I just found out my brother was like adopted like a couple weeks ago.
Hey.
My older brother, and he was like I must have been the only person that didn't know. Like my girlfriend knew and everything. Like, oh, you didn't know that? I'm like, how the fuck did you know? Like, and my dad was telling me like, yeah, he's adopted. You know, something happened such and such a couple years ago. His mom, he like. The crazy part about like the fact that my dad didn't know I didn't know wasn't even the craziest part. The craziest part, he thought that the lady who like took care of my brother, he was like, so you think I would fuck Judy? Like, is that what you thinking the whole time? Like you
So that was
like that was the part that he couldn't like. He like you didn't think that's what you thought this whole time. I'm like, I honestly didn't even think about that. Like he was like, why the hell you think he's so angry all the time, man? Like because he grew up. Like I'm like, damn, like that's that's like crazy. Like I didn't like it makes sense now. I'm like, when I think about he do be mad as shit most of the time. Like I don't, now I think about it. But so that's really crazy. Like that can have that type of effect on like raising a child and shit like that. But they don't care. They talk to their kids however. Like I hate that type shit too.
Yeah, that shit is nuts to me when I see like, why are you cursing and yelling at a 4-year-old?
Yeah, that shit kills me.
That shit is bonkers. I want to change gears real quick.
Yeah.
Because I actually saw this on online and you got it on here. So the other day they had a thing where who's the corniest nigga to come from rap. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I seen it.
And it was
Nick Cannon, Game, Safari, Ray J, and Bow Wow.
Bow Wow was on the list.
Yeah, they were on the joint. And my initial thought is, why is Nick Cannon?
Why?
When did Nick Cannon become corny?
I'm like, why is Nick Cannon on here and why is Ray J on here? Because Ray J
Ray J's pretty corny.
No, Ray J's a legend, and he broke.
He's a legend, but he's pretty corny.
But he's a corny legend.
I listen.
I don't want him in the. He's not the same class of corny as Game and Safari and Bow Wow.
Yo,
Bow Wow's corny.
The Bow Wow challenge.
Bow Wow's
Faking PJs,
no,
acting like he got a driver when he getting in a cab. Like Bow Wow's weird as shit. He's making an album where he names all the celebrity women he has sex with. Every song is named after a different celebrity woman he has sex with.
We could front on Boward now, but as a child, Bow Wow.
That was 32 years ago.
I mean, but he came in the game as like a 3-year-old.
Right.
But you gonna be nuts regardless. It's like not even his fault.
No, Bow Wow's a bozo.
Bow Wow was in the fucking Gin and Juice video.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like Bow Wow, you gotta give him some of that.
No, everything post 17 years old is a watch though. Like he's a nut ass nigga. Everything post like Let's Get Down with Birdman is just bad. It's
remember that I forgot what the name of it was. Yeah, like,
no, wait, when the
shit.
Fresh as I Miz was kind of like
Fresh as I Miz.
All right, so everything post the Face Off album with Omarion is a watch. It's all downhill after that.
I don't think Bow Wow's.
He has no redeeming moments. After
I don't think Bow Wow's as corny as Safari and Game.
No, Safari.
They're their own.
Yo, I actually just quoted a tweet Game said yesterday. He said some shit.
Anything that start with Game said is a lie.
He said, what he said, life is like a corn dog. Women only want your wiener if you got bread. And like I couldn't believe the tweet was still up 17 hours later. Like I actually quoted like, why is the tweet still available, bro? Like Game is like Hall of Fame level of like corny, bro. It's like, yo, what the fuck?
Yo.
Like how?
Life is like.
How did we get here?
That's what I mean. Game and Safari are their own level of corny.
Yeah.
Somebody the other day had a tweet. It was like, Meek seeing the top 5 corny rappers.
Oh, the Isaiah Thomas show?
I met the criteria.
I don't know why I was selected.
But
how is Nick Cannon on this list though?
Listen, when I saw Nick Cannon, I was just like, Nick Cannon is a media mogul. You talk about a legend. Nick Cannon's a legend.
Nick Cannon get to the bag
in every sense of the word.
He had every bad chick you can imagine.
Listen, Nick Cannon had Christina Milian when I was in love with Christina Milian like 13.
Yeah.
Like,
he had Christina Milian. He had the who was the Victoria's Secret model that he was engaged to?
I forgot.
She was super bad, black chick. His baby mom is bad. The Wild
He has a baby with Mariah. Like,
Babies with Mariah.
Like I was like, I didn't understand Nick Cannon. Yeah, I didn't understand Nick Cannon on this at all.
Yeah, no.
The Wild 'N Out shit is cheesy, but he makes a gazillion dollars from the shit.
He took that shit on a stadium tour.
Yeah.
On a arena tour.
Yeah.
17,000 people every night. I went to that motherfucker.
I was gonna go too. That's why I don't really understand. I don't think he deserves. No, I think it's something like you can replace like
now.
Nick Cannon.
He's not stylish or like fashion forward or like nobody's not necessarily trying to be Nick Cannon image wise, but in life he's a superstar. Mm-hmm. So it's like fuck that. Give me the corny clothes and the turban with the 800 million any day.
Yeah.
Like y'all motherfuckers got this shit confused.
Is it because his music career maybe? Like I know he get a lot of like we kill him like often.
I mean that's normally the running joke on Wild 'N Out is that he's stuck as a rapper. Right. Like whenever they do the battles on it, they always make jokes about that shit. It's either that or Mariah. But
on the low, he's also written like multi-platinum records and shit as a songwriter and a producer. So it's like his career was bad. It was terrible. Other than Gigolo.
Gigolo was at work.
Gigolo was at work.
Another Kel production.
Exactly.
But cut the deck with the rest of that shit. But he won at the game of life. Like he got fired from America's Got Talent, which was the #1 show, went to Fox, executive produced The Masked Singer, which is the #1 show in like the history of television or some shit like that.
I look at this list and I'm like, Nick Cannon shouldn't be on there though.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Ray J,
I'm fighting for Ray J, yo.
Ray J
I'm not
is,
gonna lie. Ray J's my guy. I can't. Ray J need to come on the list too.
he's kind of corny. I don't think he needs to be on the list with the rest of them. Bow Wow is a legend. All right, we're not going to do this. Bow Wow is a legend. He's corny, but he's a legend. Game and Safari are on another.
A whole different.
They don't know corny about
And I keep it a
Rushmore.
buck with you. You can get mad at me all you want. Safari's not as corny as Game.
No.
I don't think
I agree.
so.
No.
I agree.
So my thing is, Safari was kind of like if you born into an Amish community, you just Amish. You know what I'm saying? It's like Safari is kind of just born into being corny.
Yeah.
He a corny Jamaican nigga who be wanting to dance and do weird shit. That's him. Game shit makes no sense because Game is like Pyru affiliated. Like, why are you acting like this? Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yo, you can go on Game's Twitter right now, and I guarantee you the first 10 tweets will tell you why he's on this list, and he should be on here 12
No bullshit.
times.
You can go to every tweet on Game's Twitter and dead ass, it's somebody in the comments like, bro, you're 43.
44.
Because it's like, yo, you 40 and be acting like this.
Somebody
all
said
the
that,
time.
like, bro, you're 69, bro. Why are you tweeting shit like this? Why isn't like guys like Ja Rule and like Soulja Boy up there though?
Soulja Boy's not corny.
You don't think Soulja corny?
He's nuts.
I think he corny for jerking wreck and acting like he's a gangster and he not one. I think that's corny as shit.
Yeah, that's pretty corny.
Like, and then he went to jail and was in PC. Like,
But I don't think he's corny, if that makes sense. I feel like as far as like the music, because that's what they was talking about, corny rappers.
Oh, okay.
I don't think his music career is like a corny situation. Because he's been pretty innovative, if you want to keep it a buck, when it comes to the shit he's done and the shit
Oh,
he, you know.
definitely.
he's
Definitely.
a futurist. Like, he was 10 years in the future on pretty much
You know, even
everything.
now, he's like doing new shit, isn't he? He's like,
He was the first person that had a badge on IG where you can donate during his IG lives and
right.
shit. Like,
And but even recently, he's the, I think he's the first rapper to sell a, damn, I just was reading this shit the other day.
The video game shit?
No, not that, but not that. Something he did the other day, he's the first of it. He does a lot of that. Like, he's always real innovative when it comes to, like, just shit in general. Ja Rule is not even close. Musically, Ja's the fucking man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ja honestly had, like, 2 or 3 corny moments that cost everything.
Yeah, Dave
Fire
Chappelle.
Festival.
Well, I wasn't even talking about that.
Fire Festival.
I was talking more stuff like Clapback.
For Fire Festival, Clapback, the Milwaukee Bucks game.
Was I the only one that liked Clapback?
I like that song a lot.
It was just y'all two.
I'm about to say,
It was just
Yo,
y'all.
No, that was my shit. I played that joint a
15-year-old
lot.
me was in with the headphones on with the CD player and was
Let's take him to war, nigga. That was not it. Like, Ja was making too many good hits, man, for that shit.
yeah, I don't
50
know.
derailed his
50 was
whole
still
shit.
winning, but I was like, I like this record though. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, they need to take your
Who the fuck been hollering about Rule, nigga? Pop your top like Clapback was not it. And I fucks with Ja a lot.
You go back and revisit some of them George, you be like, oh, I don't like that shit.
Dog.
I do that a lot. I do that a lot right now. With like, to me, like growing up, Wayne was like, not like my Hove, like how Hove is, because I grew up with Hove, but Wayne like directly influenced me. I do a lot of that now. Wayne going back and listen, I'm like, yo, why did I like some of this shit that Wayne was talking about here? Like, but
Because he was on a run.
yeah, I probably was just caught up. Me being young was like, you know what? This
But
nigga's
in
the
Wayne's
hottest nigga ever.
defense, he was putting so much shit out. The quality control just wasn't there on some of them Jones. But it's like when it was time to do an album, anything that had the Carter stamp on it, you knew what you was getting. You got that shit. Like, the man got multiple classic albums, but a lot of that shit was dumb shit.
I mean, honestly, it's a lot of music that you can go back and be like,
Yeah,
the fuck was the purpose in this?
Yeah.
And that's how you know what's greatness and what's not, because it'll stand the test of time. Like Nas, New York State of Mind, that's always gonna be good. But then you look at like Dr. Knock Boots, and you like, what the fuck is Nas doing? You know?
yo, yeah, that's just crazy. But
This
yeah.
was just stupid.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's just kind of, when I saw that Corny Legends, John, why did you put Meek and Cassidy up there?
Oh, number one, Cassidy is up when I see you. I'm just tired of you. I hate the way you look. I hate the way you dress.
I I ain't gonna hold y'all. Niggas get as mad as they want. That face off with Cassidy
it's beautiful.
and what's his name?
Hitman Holla.
Hitman Holla. Listen, Cassidy legitimately could do a one-man show on Broadway. That nigga is hilarious.
Like Cassidy is completely full of shit, man. Cassidy been.
Hitman was like, nigga, I run St. Louis. Cass was like, I never checked in with you. Who are you?
Cass said,
like,
man,
I go to St. Louis all the time.
Cass said, man, he said, I'm known for working with these, and I'm like, no, you're not. Nobody knows you for working with these. Like, I'm known for working with these. Don't get hit with some shit.
He said, you ever seen how my hands fly?
No, he didn't. He did not.
No. The bull went for the bag. He said, why you ain't go for the bag when your man robbed you for the fake jewelry? Why you ain't go for the bag? Cass was funny as shit.
Cass needs to be on that list.
So they
then went to the battle and lost.
But the thing is, Cass got a whole nation of irrational motherfuckers.
Here go the crazy part. When the battle was going on, we talking about Cassidy and Hitman Holla battled over the weekend.
Yeah.
When the battle was going on, it was mad motherfuckers on Twitter like, oh, Cass is up 2-1.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I can't believe. And then I like saw clips of it. I'm like, no.
Absolutely not.
No.
Like when it comes to shit like that, like I rely on like certain battle rappers' opinions. Like I saw parts of the battle, I didn't see the whole thing, but I rely on certain battle rappers' opinions, people that I know are going to be unbiased. So like Mickey Fax did a review on the battle. He talked about, he's like, no, Hitman 1-2-1. Like it's like if you want to give Cassidy this or this, like y'all kind of reaching, but like I get it. But like he's like Hitman won this battle. It's like it was an ugly win, but he won this battle, and it's just like yo, people. There's like a community of like 321,000 people, all the people that come to my hotel that just love Cassidy, that he can do no wrong, and it's fueling his delusions of grandeur. Like he thinks he's the best rapper of all time.
Yeah.
Like he really believes it. It's not an act.
No, I know.
He believes this shit.
I know, again, like the same way y'all fronted on Bow Wow 5 minutes ago. I get it. Meek, Dream Chasers, Meek's the man right now and all of that shit. Cass was really the hottest nigga out the city.
Oh, no, for sure. He was on fire.
Like, Cass was really like, after Cass battled Freeway and just boxed Freeway into a corner, then he had the Big Business record with Jada. It was just like, and then he had all them Big Star freestyle. It was like, yo, this nigga's like the second
Cass was
coming.
on fire.
He was really, it's just that the flow never
evolved.
Like when you listen to Cass rap now, it sounds like
2002.
Yeah.
Like I bought that
whole lot of chicken fajitas getting cooked. That's how this shit is.
Like
in the battle, he asked Hitman Holla, why you didn't get your teeth in a smaller size? Like what?
Hey, yo,
Cass, like he make you do this shit like
face palm, like straight up. I want a Hitman to come to the battle, get his back half, and just punch Cassidy in the face, and just exit the battle. Like it's in the battle. Like just punch Cass, man. As soon as Cass start rapping, just punch him in the fucking face.
Yeah, nah. One time my man sent me Cass was on live, like because I guess he do making beats and shit now. My man sent me the live one time, like yo, he on some shit over here. I click on the live, right, and he's over there like just on GarageBand, just like. That's some shit. And that shit sounds, you know the LeBron video when he's in the joint, he like this with I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this, yo?
The funniest shit is the comments. Somebody was in the comments like, Cass, these beats is the joints it's a boyfriend be making on Insecure. Like, what?
Nigga said he make NBA Live menu music and shit. NBA Live menu music.
I fucks with Cass, man. Cass.
I reported that live like 17 times. Like, yo, bro, stop, bro. Stop. Please stop.
The hotel video.
Cassidy a lot.
I mean, not the hotel. That's another Kells smash.
We like 17.
What's the joint?
Kells had on a Zorro, man.
Kells had on a pink Zorro
in a jersey
with pink Timbs.
And nobody questioned this shit.
And Cassidy had on a 7X Stalin Dean jacket.
Like imagine getting signed. Imagine being from North Philly getting signed, right? And you get a deal, and your first like major situation, you show up, and it's an R&B legend with a pink Zorro mask. You don't even know what to say.
With a Zorro mustache too.
In a hotel.
With hotel key cards.
It's like, oh, y'all need room keys? I'll bring some. Like, don't worry about it.
At one point in the video, Kelsey's on like all black with a black mask and a guitar. Yeah, that video is nuts when you watch it going back. But they had on the video for The Hustler the other day.
Okay.
And I watched that shit and I was just like, even this joint, it's just like, this joint didn't age all too well.
Yeah.
But I thought Cassidy was just a funny individual. So granted, you know,
it's not funny because he believes this shit. That's what makes it not funny.
I started watching that
it's not an act.
That back and forth with him and Hitman.
Yeah.
So of course I started falling into the rabbit hole of Cassidy freestyle.
That shit always happens. That shit always happens.
If you can see some of the chick songs I done been in, you will realize why I'm making songs for the women. I love this nigga. And he was like, what'd he say? I've been getting thousands for the grams. That's why I'm on the cover of the Source with 10,000 in my hand. Cass, why you smile for your fans? Man, I ain't trying to lose my deal like Dylan from the band. I'm like, we need a verse from Cassidy every week. Cassidy, one of the funniest rappers ever invented. Every bar, this nigga is hilarious.
Yo, out of all the Meek beefs, my favorite beef was him and Cassidy. He was like, you made Come to My Hotel, a dumbass song. You made Drummer Bass, a dumbass song. Drinking My Two-Step, a dumbass song.
I ain't gonna hold you. Drinking My Two-Step was
that
my
work.
shit.
That was that work. I'm not gonna lie. That was that work. That was that work. I had that shit on my Xbox.
Listen, Drinking My Two-Step was my ringtone.
That shit was on my Xbox.
That was my shit.
That shit
Drinking
was on
My
my Xbox.
Two-Step was that work. Y'all hating on Drinking My Two-Step. That was the shit.
Nah,
but yeah, Cass is he was great for his time, and he had a little stretch where it was like, damn, he was really.
He had like a 2-year run.
No, it was longer than 2.
It probably was like, I gave it 4. Like 3 to 4.
So from the Freeway Battle, so that was 01 to. He might have got 5. He might have got a 5-year run. He got a couple gold albums too.
He said I'm pumping dimes the size of Swiss nose. Like, you can't fuck with Cass when he in that zone, man. Dog. And I never really paid attention to how big Swiss nose was till he said that. Like, that Swiss dude got a big ass nose, yo.
Like,
Cassidy,
that seems like a bad business plan, Cass.
Yeah, right. That's just
yeah, right.
Hold up. He had 20 strips all doing 20 a day, man.
20 strips all doing 20 a day.
Me growing, I'm like, yo, this nigga's a liar. When I got older, I'm like, yo, this nigga really is a liar, yo.
This nigga's a liar.
This nigga's a liar.
Oh.
There's no way.
Dog.
There's no way. This nigga's a liar.
Oh my God, man.
My funniest Meek beef though, was him and Safari when they was going back at it. Like, Meek, why you responding to Safari in a yo, Safari's diss might be the worst diss I ever heard in my life. Like, he talking about this man's penis print in the diss.
Who did that?
Safari.
Safari's a strange dude.
Hey, because I missed this.
Yo,
He dissed Meek and said this?
yes.
Oh yeah, I missed all of this.
Yo, the diss
And I think
started.
it was like to a disco beat or some
Yeah,
shit.
the
Like,
diss started, and it's like I'm listening, like, all right, like this is right when the whole back-to-back shit was happening with Meek and Drake, and then Safari just dropped one out of nowhere, like, you know what, I'm in it too, like, fuck it, here's the diss. Yo,
And I'm in it
listening,
too.
and the song is playing, and the song is playing. Me and my homie listen to it, and it's just like he's going, and he's like, yeah, nigga, you got a botch face with a cute dick, and I'm like, time out. Throw that shit in the trash. I never would have heard this song ever again in my life.
Oh shit!
Ever again in my life.
delete this from the internet.
Never play this again in my life.
Yeah, honestly, I've never heard it.
That might be why Tiffy wanted to punch this nigga. Like, that might be the sole reason why. It's like, bro, why the fuck?
Like I'm punching on this nigga as soon as I see it.
That was the wildest thing I ever heard in a diss in my life.
Yeah, I never heard any. I didn't listen to
Yeah,
it.
don't go listen to it.
Don't go listen to this audio poison. Don't do it.
That shit was wild.
I figure he was married to Nicki Minaj, so it's like that's strange. You know what I'm saying? She looks amazing, but you know
Yeah,
that
she looks
household
super
was nuts.
good right now.
Yeah, Nicki always looks amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
That kills the narrative on the women. You
But
gotta have uphold a certain image to get women like that.
All that shit is bullshit.
Okay.
We
But I
can
definitely-
debunk all of that
I
crap.
definitely think
Okay.
the game is by far and away the weirder side.
No, he get the top John.
Yeah.
He get the top John. That motherfucker superimposed his face on a picture with him and Tupac.
Yo,
He got like the what was the joint he did when we gave him the Weirdo of the Year or the what did he do? Oh, the Michael Jackson story. Remember that? I was just like, yeah, I can't fuck with Game, man. Like,
he got stories at Kobe. Every time something happens to somebody, I can't wait to hear the DMX story.
when Nip got
he tried to become Nipsey.
he was riding down Slauson crying, filming himself when Nipsey got killed.
Then he had the story about my daughter came to me and
Yeah.
asked me why such and such with Nipsey, and I'm just like, this did not happen. Like, what are you talking about?
And he was like, I'm a blood, but I got to get a blue car for Nip. I was just like, yeah,
Like,
Game.
shut up.
This nigga lost his mind, bro.
Hey.
Nobody not even banging on colors like that no more over there. Like, them niggas on some other shit. You better not have no colored shoelaces, but like, you could drive whatever color.
The craziest part about Game was when he was on Wendy Williams, and Wendy Williams was like, so how you been? He was like, yeah, I fucking
Out of nowhere.
It was like, huh?
That shit was like, hold up. She had to read the card. Like, hold up. This shit wasn't in the pre-pro.
Like, he just came out of left field with that shit. Like, wait, what? Like,
Didn't even know. He's like, yeah, Chloe too.
yeah, Chloe too.
Yeah,
I think I hit another one. I can't remember.
Black China.
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, all of them.
but definitely Kim. I was just like, yo, Game is nuts, man. Like,
This nigga lost his mind, bro.
but I was telling a bitch recently, I'm like, y'all loved that nigga for like a good 4 or 5 years. Y'all
Thanks.
loved Game. Mm-hmm. I always kind of knew he was strange, but y'all loved that nigga.
He was like, he was the first nigga on the gram posing in Africa's. And I'm like, bro, come on. I'm blocking you, bro.
No, when that joke came out of him on Change Your Heart, I was just like, yo, remember that shit? The Game show?
Yeah, this girl had to change her heart and he cried.
Yeah, Game was wild
Bad
as fuck.
song.
Oh, did you see Cameron's Drink Champs
Yeah.
interview?
Yeah, I saw about 3 hours out of the 3:30.
I watched a nice little chunk of
Long
that
as
shit.
Yo,
shit.
your tweet about Nori Cynthia hilarious, bro.
Dog, man.
Yeah,
I hate
Nori-
Lori a lot, man. And I was a real super big proponent for Drink Champs in the beginning, but it's the show jumped the shark a long time ago. It's the production of it, as far as like the way they shoot it and all of that studio set is perfect.
Yeah.
But Nori ruins every fucking show.
I thought he was all right in this Cam joint.
No, he was pretty good. But like he jumps 33 years in the future. Like somebody be telling the story chronologically, he'll be like, all right, cool, so you fucking your neighbor, right? And it's like, Nori, like that was yesterday. Like we was talking about 96. He was with Biggie. Like this motherfucker telling stories about like being with Jay-Z and Dame and shit back in 95 and all that. And Nori's like, oh yeah, so what about the neighbor? It's like, Nori, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I was like him and R. Kelly. He was like, yeah, we did a lot of things. He like no pause. He like, I mean, no petty. No petty.
Yo,
The one joint I took away from it was that shit where they was talking about the roll on Lawrence Fishburne was fucking hilarious.
God, man.
That was hilarious.
Hey yo, Larry.
Larry.
His name was fucking Larry. He said this nigga pulled his ID out. and
Showed him
put
his
it in
license,
face.
yeah.
And what do that say to you? So I don't give a fuck what your license say. His name is Larry, nigga.
It's like watching it though is just like, damn man, like that Rockefeller shit really crumbled bad.
Yeah.
Like you really like seeing to where it's like just knowing that even Dame was acting funny with him a little bit.
Yeah.
Was just like, damn, like y'all really ruined some dope ass shit. Cam was really, really like, you know, he was moving. You know, and even though like looking back on it and hearing that he didn't even like Confessions of Fire. You know, he like, that shit was them wanting the old, you know, Biggie and this, that, and the third. And then SDE was like, you know.
Right.
But seeing Cam come to Rockefeller and really put together that album with Oh Boy and Hey Ma was like, whew. And the Diplomat movement was so fucking insane that it's just like, how the like if y'all Jay-Z and Dame Dash Rockefeller Records and y'all, you know, the big dogs, and then y'all acquire this movement,
right?
It's not supposed to be over in 8 months.
no, it's not.
Right.
Hell no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That don't make no fun. It's like when the Bulls signed Dennis Rodman. Nigga, we about to go on another run.
Yeah, 3 more chips.
Yeah.
And that shit just boggles my mind.
A lot of times, man, motherfuckers can't get out of their own way in order to just do the business. And, you know, Dame said this, like, you know, in business, you have a fiduciary responsibility to the overall project. So it's like, at the point where they dissolved the company, that was not in the best interest of the company.
Right.
But everybody agreed to it. And Jay basically flim-flammed everybody, completely devalued the company, turned around, sold it for all this more money, devalued the clothing company because he stopped coming around, stopped modeling, da-da-da-da-da. Now he get control of the fucking clothing company. Now we sell it for $204, the fucking Iconics and all that shit. And it's just like, it was basically like a sabotage on his part because like he was playing coy the whole time and he was the smartest guy in the room and nobody understood that shit for whatever reason, just because he wasn't participating. But they just thought like, oh, this nigga don't care, No, I care, but I'ma care when I get you niggas out of the picture.
Right.
When I can get all the money, I'ma care like a motherfucker, and I'ma get all you niggas out of here.
Yeah, it was a good interview though.
It was a great interview.
Yeah, I got to tune in. I ain't. Sometimes the length of like the interview scare me off. If I like,
yeah, the 3 hour shit is like.
I just rode around and just listened to it.
I listen to it when I get in the gym. That's the best.
Yeah, I got to tap in.
Yeah, it was a really good interview. You want to talk about DMX?
I want to talk about weed in New York first.
Okay.
And then I want to talk about DMX.
Like a segue.
Yeah, shout out to New York, man, because y'all got this shit right. New York basically saw what New Jersey did and said, I'll see your decriminalization and I will raise you motherfuckers. There have been sweeping marijuana reform, which decriminalizes and legalizes weed in New York State. Citizens can now smoke in public without penalty. Citizens and drivers can possess up to 3 ounces on their person without penalty. You can have 5 pounds in your crib and it is not a criminal offense. All prior marijuana offenses will be automatically expunged, and anyone that is arrested for marijuana offenses that fall within the guidelines are going to get released. And here is my favorite part of the whole shit. I smell weed is no longer probable cause in New York. They cannot search your car for I smell weed, so now they gotta say they smell guns.
Yeah.
in order to search your car. But completely just eradicated like the whole weed shit like in one fucking motion. And I think that
you can grow your shit in your house. Like couple
right.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yep. So complete sweeping marijuana reform in New York City, which, you know, they got bigger fish to fry and they've taken the initiative to say, we're just not even dealing with this shit no more. We're going to solve real fucking crime and stop locking people up for traffic stops with marijuana.
I mean, it should have been.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, I was explaining this shit to somebody the other day. It's like the reason why we didn't been legalize marijuana is because nobody wanted to be the first ones. Like the rest of the country looks at California like it's its own country. So like whatever the fuck California is doing is not truly indicative of the way the rest of the country feels, because they looked at like crazy liberals and hippies and this and this and this. And that shit goes back to the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Like just the view of California. They fucking made Arnold Schwarzenegger the fucking governor.
Yeah.
Like they're with whatever over there. So like the rest of the country doesn't necessarily feel that way. But you know, seeing that it worked in Colorado, seeing that it worked in Vegas, seeing that it worked in Michigan, like motherfuckers is blowing big dope in Michigan everywhere. Like that shit got like more dispensaries per capita than anywhere in the country. So when you start seeing places like that adopt the shit, it's like, all right,
More money.
now the proof of concept is there to where it's not just crazy California. Other places have done this shit and it works. Same thing, Maryland. Motherfuckers don't know. Maryland got a zillion dispensaries. All my homies in fucking Maryland, all they got is designer weed packs. Like, oh, you got this dispensary. 33 of them. Like, this, everybody got weed down there. So it's like, once that happens, and then now with New York, as big and influential as New York is on government and politics nationwide, it's pretty much, I think, a certain matter of time until the federal legalization happens, because it's New York. Like, you know, it's one of the 1 or 2 biggest states. They go back and forth as far as people and shit like that. Their politics are more representative of, at least regionally, how people in the mid-Atlantic feel. And I think that that's enough to push the federal mandate forward. But you're absolutely right. It should have been done.
My thing with the decriminalization of weed is like, jobs are still going to be on some nut shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the part for me that's just like, I personally don't understand why.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is, it's like we were sold a bill of goods 60 years ago, and there's still like resonating effects of that today. Like literally the whole marijuana shit, the reason why it wasn't been legal and all that is because we didn't make the best we didn't make and grow the best marijuana. Now that we do, and we handle it's part of our gross national product, and we export marijuana to all these different places, and it's 90% of the world's marijuana comes from Northern California. Now that is in effect, it's like, all right, cool. We can tax the shit. We can put the regulation around it. We can do this, and this, to where now the government benefits from it and gets their cut. It's the same thing like with liquor back in the 20s.
And the part that bugs me out the most when it comes to it is like, you have people who can legally go get weed because of medical issues. Yeah. But if you work in a certain job field, it's like, oh, never mind that.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's fucking bonkers when you think about that shit. So like if you a CO or a bus driver or TSA agent or what else? Work at the air, you a baggage handler at the airport, just any fucking thing.
Right.
You got to worry about your job on some, we checking for that and we check. But like if you a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, you can blow your goddamn brains out nightly and come back into work refreshed, happy to a motherfucker. That shit is crazy, man.
Yeah.
And
so I just shout out New York for getting it right and not just saying fuck the criminalization is one thing, but legalization is another step, and that's what we don't have in PA because like people don't realize like the legalization steps started taking place in PA back in like 17. It's already been 4 years. So what they did was they legalized like the tincture and the oils and the topical shit and all of that because we're a backward ass Commonwealth and we do everything slow and stupid. So then it's like, all right, then they get the data from Colorado. Then they get the data from Michigan and this and this and this. Then they're like, all right, cool. Now we'll allow flowers in the dispensary. So then 2 years ago, you see the dispensaries start popping up where it's like, all right, now it's a full 360 of topical, tincture, edibles, and fucking flower. So the final step to the shit is the legalization part of it, because right now in the city of Philly, you can possess 30 grams of marijuana without consequence. Most cops don't even take the fucking time to fucking arrest you no more for weed. They'll just take the shit and either smoke it or sell it. I don't know what the fuck they doing with it, but I know 7 different people that got stopped by the cops with way more than 30 grams of marijuana, and they just took the weed from them and they money and kicked them in the ass and told them have a terrible day. Which at that point, you kind of rather go to jail. Like, damn, y'all gonna take the fucking weed and my money?
Yeah.
Oh no, you made this from selling weed. I just cashed my check. Yeah, we taking this money because you know that's not getting reported.
I remember we got pulled over years ago, me and my man Zach, and we had jars of weed. Remember the jars? We had just went and seen Boy Around the Way, whatever. He had like 4 or 5 of them Jones. So he all panicking and shit. And I'm just like, it's cool. We get pulled over. I'm like, yo, it's cool. It's only 5 jars of weed. He like, no, man, they gonna book us, man. Like, you know, niggas start going to that shit. We going to feds. I'm just like, no, the fuck we are. It's 5 jars of weed. He like, homeboy, you take them. I don't want them.
I'm just saying, it's cool. Just
he started tucking them in his pants, like under his nuts and shit. And I'm just like, you're doing too much, man. So I remember the cop got pulled. The white cop asked me to step out the car. Black cop on his side was like, yo, step out the car. So we step out. He was like, you guys, you don't got nothing in the car, do you? I'm like, nah. He was like, no weapons? I'm like, nah. He's like, no drugs? I'm like, we don't do drugs, sir. And he was just like, I didn't like the way you said it.
I'm definitely searching the shit out of everything now.
So he, the black cop start like looking in the car. He was like, it's clean over here on passenger side. He's like, you got anything on you, man? To my man. He was like, no, officer. Promise. He was like,
promise.
He was like, I'll get the fuck.
You niggas are going to jail.
Yeah. And he started shaking him. Like, he wasn't patting him down. He just started shaking him. And them little jars was like, ting, 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 ting.
You can't do this, yo.
I was on the other side of the car dying. Like, I'm trying not to laugh. And them dropped up and drums was popping all over the ground. And he started screaming and she was like, oh, man, what the fuck? Come on, was like, man, why the fuck y'all ain't just say you had fucking bullshit ass weed on y'all? So he picked this shit up. He opened the jar. It's Reggie. I was like, yo, these cops silly as shit.
That shit is Reggie.
They took the jars and the Dutchess and straight was like, y'all get the fuck out of here. That was years ago. That was like 2005,
Yeah, I think like 2018, I got pulled over in North Philly on like 29th and Allegheny by the Strike Force. For those of you that don't know, the Strike Force is the guns and bricks police.
I got a Strike Force story.
It's the guns and bricks police. So I'm coming down the block from my man block. I see the police coming. I'm in this fucking Charger. The Charger had dark ass
White
windows.
Joe.
I'm like, these motherfuckers is gonna pull me over. So I turn up a block, not realizing that the block doesn't go straight through.
Oh,
it
shit.
loops back around and comes back to Alligator. I get to the end of the block. It's a little parking lot at the end of the block, like a makeshift joint. I pull in the lot. These motherfuckers whoop me from the street and come over there. They're like, yeah, where you going? Where you coming from? Da da da. So they pull me out the car, search me, this, and this. I had probably a half an ounce of weed or some shit on me. They was like, oh man, you made us go through all this shit and search you over a half an ounce of weed. We don't give a fuck about this shit. We the guns and bricks police, and gave me my weed back.
Dog, listen, I'm leaving work one night. I leave, I work on 27th Allegheny. I leave work, bang the left on 27th, come down Chalmers to Lehigh to 33rd. Yeah. As I'm riding past 33rd and Dolphin, you know where the 54 and all that shit as I'm riding past 33rd and Dolphin, lights come on out of nowhere. I didn't even realize they was behind me. So I'm like, I didn't do, the light is green than a motherfucker. I'm not flying. I'm just like, what the fuck? This when I had my truck, my black truck. So I pull over. The cop, I see him get out of the car and he's running. I'm like, fuck is this nigga? He's running up on the, so he runs up. I roll the window down. He's like, yeah, motherfucker, you just shot somebody? I'm like, what? He smacked me on the chest. He's like, pussy, you heard me. So I was like, yo, what the fuck is up with you? He was like, we got a report of a shooting out of a vehicle just like this. I'm like, man, I just came to fuck from work. The fuck are you talking about? As I'm saying that, my passenger door opens. Cop in that joint. I'm talking about he knees in my passenger seat. In the fucking.
Give me a reason.
He in the car.
Give me a reason, big man.
So the black cop was, because that boy was like I don't know, Hispanic or whatever, like some tourist shit.
Some Keanu Reeves type shit.
He opened my door and he's literally under my seat, move your fucking legs out the way, looking under the. I'm like, dog, I have on a fucking SEPTA uniform. He was like, SEPTA niggas don't shoot niggas? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm telling you, I just came to fuck from work.
SEPTA niggas don't shoot niggas.
He looked all under the seat, this, that, and the third, whatever. You could hear this shit on the John, we got the Ford Explorer pulled over on 28th and Cecil B. Moore, He was like, we gotta go. You be cool. They hopped to their joint. What the fuck?
Niggas be bored, man.
No, but he dead ass ran up, was like, yo, I know you just shoot somebody. I'm like, what? He's like, pussy, you heard me. He definitely slapped me on the chest, like, pussy, you heard me. Them strike force motherfuckers they be ridiculous. With them shiny leather boots, yeah. They a motherfucker.
And highway. If you get pulled over by highway patrol in Southwest, they straight tell you get out the car. They be like, get out. They open your door, get out the car.
Yeah, before they even say anything else.
Fuck
Miranda
that.
right? No, get out the car.
Fuck out the car.
They did that shit to AO stupid ass. He driving from somewhere. He in his ex-wife Benz truck. He fucking driving him, willing that. This nigga a scofflaw nigga. Him, my man Nas and Stevie G, only 3 niggas I know alive that's still banned from getting the driver's
pretty
license.
Pretty much anybody that's 50. Yeah,
banned from getting a driver's license forever. Straight scofflaw shit. They pull a nigga over, get out the car. They search the car and find out. They say, all right, cool. Why you driving without a license? Oh, such. I had an emergency. Had to drop my. Yeah, no, that's cool. We're gonna take the car. Take the car. Write him an $800 ticket for scofflaw driving without a license. All that bullshit, and just go about their day. Left this nigga on 54th and Woodland, right by the 57th and Woodland, right by the auction. On the curb. Sit on the curb, stupid.
That shit is
Before we get out of here, I told you I want to talk about DMX.
Gotta talk about X.
It's not looking good.
It's looking bad.
Yeah.
A lot of misinformation.
That's the opposite of not looking good.
A lot of misinformation going back and forth. His lawyer allegedly said that they told him that they was taking off life support and the ventilator and all that. That's not true. He's still on. And he in intensive care. It's a bad job, man.
If he's in a vegetative state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bad job, man. And it's unfortunate, yo. And the disrespect on the internet doesn't help matters. Like, as far as young motherfuckers oh, why y'all care about DMX and da-da-da and all that stupid shit. People just tweeting for attention. It just lacks compassion. It lacks class. And he deserves better than that. That man is a legend. He had his issues. He dealt with, substance abuse and have his problems and all that. But in the words of DMX, every real nigga go through something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not even the fact that he a legend. All that aside, he a human. It's just dog. Who wants to see anybody fall apart from an addiction?
Right.
you know, some shit that could have been avoided. And then once you actually know the story and that he got introduced to crack from like somebody he looked up to.
Yeah, I just seen that shit. He's 14 and they laced that shit. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
No.
I hate the people on Twitter that be like, whenever somebody dies or somebody goes to something, it's like, oh, now y'all care about this person. I've never seen this many such and such fans in my life. And I'm just like, bro, niggas can't have fucking empathy for fucking people. Like
the same thing happens with your uncle, right?
Like you come where you want us to say, oh, get well, or you know, wishes will. Everybody's. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Like I hate people on the internet sometimes, bro.
Yeah, the internet be a burnout every now and then.
Yeah, definitely.
I will say this. It's like it is wild watching it just how different the paths went between him, Ja Rule, and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Whereas like they were supposed to be like the
next three. Well,
yeah, like they were building them as a unit.
Yeah.
And just watching it how different the paths went. It's you know, it's tragic. You know, like
exactly.
that's the only word you could really use for it.
It's like a Shakespearean type of ending to the story. If this is the end for X, and it's just really unfortunate. And then it's like Jay-Z is like the polar opposite. Like this man is a billionaire. You know, he's in bed with multi-billionaires and potentially gonna own an NFL team soon. Fucking Steve Stout said the illest shit on his interview with the Breakfast Club. He was like, man, he said, think about this. He said Jay-Z has a son named Sir Carter. He said he's 2 years old. He said in 16 years he's gonna fly to Paris to meet with LVMH about his company, about Armand de Brignac, about his company that he owned, that his family owns. He's like, that shit is powerful. Like he's like, people changing the narrative because they was just talking about like the whole thing of like you know, people on the internet making this out to be like people are like Jay and Swiss and whoever are like shucking and jiving when they're taking these deals. And he's like, man, ain't nobody doing that shit. Like we going in there dropping our nuts on the table, telling them what we want and this and this and this, and it's all the way respect from the top to the bottom. Like,
did you see Michael Rainey, Tariq from Power was like Timberland and Swiss is some sellouts.
For the Versuz shit, for the Versuz shit, yeah. For the Triller deal.
For the Triller deal with Versuz.
Oh God, he just don't get it.
And it was just like, though, this is why everybody hates you. You know, like,
on and off the show.
On and off the fucking show. Stupid shit like this. And it's just like, yeah, he literally went as far as saying like, oh, they sellouts. Like black people need to stop worrying about selling out to these companies and black ownership and this and the third. And it's just like, dog, you get a check from Stars, right? Like.
Weekly.
Like, what are you talking about?
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, I saw that. But no, it's like the DMX shit is definitely like sad. And I saw people like, oh, y'all don't have no faith. And it's like, it's not that you don't have faith. It's just, I've seen what happens when people.
That's what I said.
I haven't seen too many people go into vegetative
and come
states
back from it,
and come back like, oh, shit was popping. You know. And then you talking about a drug overdose where there was a heart attack.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
Are you talking about 3-4 different ways to die?
Yeah.
In that,
real
you
shit.
know, and yeah, I don't. Not saying that I feel like it's definitely over or nothing, but it's just like, yeah, I don't see it getting much better.
Yeah, I prepared myself for it once I first heard it. I'm like, oh, this is okay. You know, I'm just. I get the you know, send prayers and hopes and wishes, but it's like. Yeah, it's very, very, very slim chance that
like it sounds crazy, and I think about death a lot. I don't know why I do, but I do. And some deaths are just fitting for the way that they happen, if that makes any like Pac getting killed made all the sense in the world because Pac becoming an old man doesn't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Paul Walker dying the way he did in a car wreck,
yeah,
kind of made sense if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So DMX passing away in this manner and the way that it all went down. Not saying that it's right, but it makes sense as far as like the palette, you know, and it just. It's fucked up, but like addiction that shit is real, man. Like you don't overcome that. You don't just wake up one day and just be like, oh shit, my album #1, bet.
Right.
Like I'm done with that shit.
Especially somebody that was as big as he was, is coming up. He was always like a tier 1 artist. And it was like, it kind of, you know, you can never probably get away from that shit. So it's definitely like, it's sad to see like somebody that like grew up and was.
And just watching that documentary with the Rough Riders Chronicles, where it was just like, he kind of bought into the same shit Dennis Rodman bought into with the Bad Boy Pistons. Like, we a family.
Right.
And then when he realized, like, this ain't a
business.
family. Yeah, like, it just triggers something to where, like, oh, shit. So you run back to the thing that you know what I mean? And that's why you look at Dennis Rodman, why he rebelled the way he did after the Pistons years. And DMX shit makes total sense. And it's just like, like, y'all all had a helping hand in this shit. Like, don't think it was just X, like, oh, I want to get high. Like, no, like, everybody had a helping hand in that shit. So, you know, it's a sad tale, and if it is the ending, it's just like, damn, like,
it hurts, man. It sucks, man. And you know, X is a legend. He's a you know, you talk to people that are close to him. He's a very giving person, almost to his own detriment at times. And it just sucks to see him go out like this.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to see him at least like get celebrated during when he did the verses with Snoop. I'm glad like we got a chance to finally like at least celebrate him, and he got his moment, and people gave him his flowers, and everybody acknowledged how legendary he was. So it definitely like it hurts to see, but you know it's life. Like, yeah,
I think X was a polarizing figure.
Definitely.
In music, the way he came along, the way it happened, the way it all went down. X was large, man.
Yeah.
Like, a true story, X and Jay-Z was supposed to close out the 99 Music Video Awards, and X didn't show up to the pre-rehearsal or the sound check, and they was scrambling. Like, what the fuck is we gonna do? We can't have Jay go up there by himself. That was real. Like, X was really like that guy.
Yeah.
So
fucking first 5 albums, #1.
Yeah.
And then there was X sold 7 million copies or some crazy shit like that.
No, I think it did like 5.
Wasn't he the first to go 2 platinum albums in 1 year?
Yeah. 2 #1 albums in 1 year, bro. Yeah, but you figure the first one did 5, second one did like 4, and then the rest did like 5. I thought it was nuts that he didn't have like many big Billboard hits.
He didn't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's
I thought that was crazy because I just assumed that he had like them. They were smash.
I think like, "Party Up" is like his biggest song.
Yeah, and that wasn't like a smash.
And that wasn't a smash. I mean,
like as far as Billboard,
Yeah, he was right 5 times for and then there was X.
Yeah,
that shit's wild.
Huge album. All right, man. I ain't really got nothing else. I just want to give another shout out to our sponsor, 2Amour Clothing. You can find their merchandise at 2amourclothing.com. That's TOUTAMOUR clothing.com. Right now, you can shop their spring collection. Enjoy 25% off all orders over $40. Also enjoy free shipping on all orders as well. Use code SPRING SPRING at checkout and to redeem your 25% and get your free shipping. They have their embroidered collection out right now, unisex clothing line, and all the information is laid out right there on the website. And we appreciate them for sponsoring the show. Appreciate my guy Tom for stopping through today, man. We got to do this more often.
Yeah. I do want to give y'all flowers too, man, for holding it down, for keeping doing the shit at the level y'all been doing it at too. Like when I first started out the podcast shit and was running around, and then y'all popped out. People was coming to me like, "Yo, what's this podcast?" Like I was hearing about y'all before I actually, knew, like was running, see y'all and all that stuff like that. And it was like, oh, all right, so I got to tune into them. So it was like for a minute, y'all was like right there at the top. Like, so I always kind of knew what y'all was doing before we even formally met or whatever.
Right.
So I definitely want to give y'all flowers, man. Say like I appreciate what y'all doing up here for the city, just for the culture, everything, podcasting, all that type. I'm very huge in that. In the podcast and stuff. So like y'all deserve y'all flowers, man.
Definitely. So we gotta, stop through, do your show.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna do that.
And we gotta do this again, make this a recurring thing.
I'm looking at a sneaker situation online. The Felock Grand Hills with the pad leather.
They're terrible.
They never released in a 15. So the guy here is like, yo, I want these in a 15 so bad. The guy in the comments was like, they never released them in a 15. He's like, but I've seen you with them. He was like, well, those are size 14s. I wear them for a max 1 hour with the insoles taken out. Like, motherfuckers be doing anything, man. But yeah, I got nothing else. If you got nothing else.
Nah, man, we good, man.
We out.
Peace.